Hey guys, it's me, Tristina Jean from Wildflower Boutique. Today I'm going to do a demo for you. I'm going to do a repurposing on a cute little find that me and my son found at the GW Boutique. That's what we call it at our house. A friend of ours used to call it that back in the day, and we decided it was going to stick in our house. So the GW Boutique is actually Goodwill, y'all. But we call it that because it makes it sound fancy, and we like that. And we like to spend our money there because it's for a good cause. They do a lot of work in the communities in small towns and even in larger towns for the handicapped community and other things. So we like to support Goodwill. So me and my son, we go there quite often, and we buy different little surfaces that we can repurpose for things in our new home. First, I'm gonna start by showing you guys this month's transfer because it's super cute and I love it. This is for my Club Couture members. Basically, I'll tell you guys about that in the VIP room, but for now I just want to show you this month's transfer. How cute is that? Wild and Free. And it's cute because I changed my boutique name to Wildflower Boutique. So it's like super cute that the transfer for the first month of me as Wildflower Boutique is Wild and Free. How awesome is that? Hey Amanda, hey Mom, hey Ashley. How are you guys doing today? I changed my backgrounds up for you guys so it didn't get boring. My other ones were just continuously the same, so I decided to switch it up and give you guys some pops of color and things. Hi Dee Dee, my son's sneaking in the room. But I decided to give you guys a few pop of colors to keep your guys' interest, because I know it can be kind of daunting, the same thing over and over again. I also wanted to show you guys something that I got from my upline from Miss Candy. Ashley and all of us joined in and did a little bit of a competition, and then our names were in a drawing to win a free transfer, and I actually won. Here's my little note from Miss Candy. Thank you, Miss Candy. I absolutely love it. I think it's awesome, and competition definitely drives me. So I did a lot of lives. I did 10 lives for 10 days. Remember, you guys helped me out with that. You guys, some of you guys came and joined in on my lives and played bingo with me and did all kinds of cool stuff. But this is the transfer that I won. I won a C-size transfer, and I do believe this one is retired now, but I'm gonna find something really cool to do with it. Probably some stuff for our family back home, honey. Yeah. All right, so I just wanted to show you guys that, but that's not what I'm going to be working with today. I'm going to be working with an older transfer that I had from the Mighty collection at Chocolate Tour. And you can find transfers just like these ones. I know some of these that I'm using today are retired, or I'm showing today are retired, but you can go onto my site, which is above me here. That's my site to actually purchase any of the products you see today, except for the surface that I'm using, because like I said, that was a repurposed surface that I got from the GW Boutique. Amanda says hi. Dallas, say hi to Silas and Amanda. Say hi. Lean in and say hello. He's a little shy. He likes to like sneak around my lives, but he doesn't like to like actually be featured in them. So a couple of times I've asked him like, come on, do projects with me. Everybody would love to see what you can do. And he does beautiful work with Chocolate Tour, but he doesn't want to do it on lives. And I said, that's okay. So I kind of let him sneak around and photobomb me in the back, which everybody likes seeing him anyway. So all right, so I'm gonna switch to the next screen, which is gonna show you my desk here, so you guys can get a clear shot of what I'm doing today. And then there's also a camera right here, so you can still see me. Hi guys, how do you guys like my little decor? I changed it up. I did like a tribal theme. It's super cute, and I actually did most of it in Canva, so all of you guys check out Canva. It's awesome. Okay, so I started with it was actually one transfer, and I cut it because some of our transfers have perforated lines, so you get more than one project out of most of our transfers. For this one, it was like this. Oh, it was like this, and it says she remembered who she was and the game changed, which is super awesome because I believe that anyone who has any amount of confidence, whether it was given to you by nature or by other people, it doesn't matter. It's always beneficial to your life and things that you're doing. A little bit of encouragement and confidence is always good. Too much can be a little risky, but just enough is perfect. So I don't think I'm going to use the top portion today because I just want them. I really like the old-fashioned key they have here in the Mighty, because if you guys have been watching my lives, you guys know that my house is like rustic farmhouse kind of look. So I found this really cool corkboard frame. It actually has burlap on it, which is one of my favorite surfaces. It can be a little bit tricky to use burlap because it's so coarse and dry, but I do like it a lot. So it's an old push pin board that they just put burlap over, and it's in like a nice little frame. And on the back you can either put it long ways or short ways, it doesn't much matter, but you see my little JW Boutique sticker there. I'll have to take that off before I hang it up. And I think I'm going to do this in the middle in bright white chalk. I don't think I'm going to use ink because I want that thick pasty look on it. And since I'm not going to be putting it in the washing machine or washing it for any reason, there shouldn't be any reason why I can't use chalk on the surface. Thank you very much. Yeah, this was the Mighty Transfer. It was from when I first started. So it's a January transfer, because if you look on our transfers, guys, just so you know, it does say the name. Oh, that doesn't work, huh? Right there. It does say the name and the date and what year, like what year it was from, and it does say the SKU number. So if you guys ever want to look up something, or if you ever ask me what it is, I can give you guys the number on the bottom too to see if we still have it. But I do believe that this one is retired now. Oh, this, what I'm putting it on. Okay, so one of my people asked, what am I putting it on? This is actually a cork board. I do believe that they pasted burlap on, and I got this from Goodwill. I paid $4.99 for it, and it already came with the stuff on the back to hang it, which I thought was awesome. And this frame came just like this. All I did was take some soap and water and like clean off a little bit of soot that was on it. I think maybe it was in a house where somebody donated a whole house, because there was a lot of this cool stuff there, and I only paid like $4.99 for it. All right, so I'm going to use some bright white paste today. It's from my original kit, but you can get this on my site. I was thinking about using some of our shimmer shadow, because I really like the shimmer shadow, but I think with the look that I'm going for today, I'm not going to use the darker colors. And then I thought, well, what about if I use a new Creamy Dreamy paste and I use it in the Shimmer Frost? But then I really wanted that thick white paste look, and that's really, the bright white is really the only way to go when you want that thicker white paste look. So I'm going to go with our bright white, which came with my original kit. Mind you that this paste did come from the original kit, so it's a little bit chunkier than some of these newer ones that I have. But it's still very much workable. All I do is add a little bit of water and stir with one of my multi-purpose tools, which you can get on my site as well. And it seems to work out just fine with me. I've done hundreds of projects. I've done hundreds of projects with the same original paint that came from my kit. These jars are absolutely awesome. I use these for my own personal stuff, and then I also use them to break down into smaller jars for my kits, which I ordered on Amazon. They're little 3-gram jars that I use in order to give the paste to people who would like to do specialized kits that I put together, which I will have one of those for you shortly. I'm just waiting on a shipment of transfers and surfaces, but I will have some bundles that will be available soon, and I'll let you guys know on my VIP page how much those are going to be. I will post a bunch of flyers about it so you guys can catch that on the back end too. All right, well, let's get started. I always have some wipes next to me because I'm very, very messy, so that's something, some people have dry rags, some people have wipes. I do a little clear thing with wipes in it, and then I have my water bath sitting on the floor next to me, so that as soon as I'm done chalking on these silk transfers, I can wash them, because you guys, I say this all the time, but I'll say it in almost every one of my lives, that these transfers can be used 8 to 12 times or more, depending on how well you take care of them. So I go ahead and I put mine in a water bath. As soon as I'm done with my lives, I take my board eraser and my chalk eraser, and I wipe them down, put them back on the white backings that they come on, and I let them dry out overnight, and then I come back in and put them back into their clear sleeves, and I hang them up because I like to keep them. I like to do lots of projects with the same one. I also make finished goods on my Etsy site. So I make a lot. I use my transfers. I like to use them a lot. What's that paste? This is the Chalkology paste from Chalk Couture, and you can get that on my site too, which I have listed here below me in orange. It's the paste. There's two different types of Chalkology stuff we have. It's ink and paste. Ink is for like your fabrics, which you could use on burlap, but I'm choosing to do the paste just because I'm not going to be washing it. But if you were doing like a t-shirt, you would use our ink, which I have some of that, and I will be doing some ink projects, because get this, guys, I ordered myself a heat press transfer. A heat press machine, not transfer, machine, and it should come in either, they said the delivery date will be from the 24th to the 30th. I'm really excited because, as you guys all know, the ink that we have is heat set, so I'll be able to do a ton of projects with my heat press. So I am uber excited. I got the 5-in-1 press, so it does t-shirts, it does pillowcases, it does any kind of a dish towel or anything I want to do. I can do the masks. Also, it has the press attachment for mugs, cups, ceramic style, and also plates. So isn't that awesome? I'm like, oh, and hats. I can do hats too. So Tina, make sure you remind me, and I will put in an order for hats for the guys, the trucker hats, and we'll find a really cool transfer that we can do some really cool ink projects for them to send before I come down in October. Okay, so we're gonna get started. Now, usually you would want to fuzz the transfer, which means that you would take it off the backing, the white backing, and you would drop it down onto a cloth, like a dishcloth, over and over again. I actually have one of my, I ordered one of the fuzzing cloths from my site. I'm so excited. It comes in the teal color and it says Chocateur on it, so I'm really excited about that. It should come in that same inventory, and I have some more board erasers coming in for you guys and some more inventory items to have on hand. Venus, your stuff came in. You've seen the little jars came in, so I'm gonna be able to package your stuff and get that sent out to you probably tomorrow. I have to go out for a little bit, so I'll go ahead and stop and do that for you as well. Okay. Oh, what's the paste name, Mom? This one is Bright White. Bright Whites, but it's called the Chalkology paste, and that's on my site, and it's Bright White. That's what I'm going to use today. All right, so I did not fuzz it because the burlap is so coarse. I want it to stick on there really, really well so it doesn't move around. I'm just going to try to center it as best as I can. I'm not really good at this part of it, but like I said, these are DIYs, so my perfectionist out there, I know Amanda, she likes everything to be nice and straight lines. That's perfect. You just take a little bit of extra time. You can even measure it out. I have one of these little, from like a sewing kit, but I hardly ever use it. I just used it the other day to get Dallas's measurement for football. But you could always use one of these, and they're flexible, so you can move them around your project without scratching it or anything. You know, it's nice, and it's a nice material. It's not hard. You just gotta watch for the metal ends. That's all. But I'm more of a eyeball it kind of person, so I'm just gonna put it on as center as I think it is. And these little push pins came on it. I think I'm gonna do something with these ones and then just get rid of these two at the end. So like I said, this paste was from my original paste, so it is a little bit thicker and chunkier than the stuff that you guys would be ordering, because you guys would be ordering the new Creamy Dreamy pastes, if that what you guys decide. And you see the difference. This is the white, it's a little bit chunkier, and this is Creamy Dreamy. You will get it in this color, but it will come in that consistency. It should be the consistency of yogurt. They had a little hiccup with some of our inks, but they corrected it super fast because Chocateur is awesome. But I always like to explain that to people because I don't want people to think that we are not consistent with our products, because we are. It's just, you know, sometimes things change. I don't know, I think I got that like too far over. Look at me. Yeah, I do. And I want to try to make it as even as possible because I have some embellishments that I'm going to put on it. I have some flowers that I got also at the Goodwill for $1 a box. Aren't they cute? Look at these. $1 a box, and they came with pink, purple, pink, and light pink, and they came with these little like dust bunny things. Super cute, right? Dandelion, whatever they're supposed to be. Dandelion's probably what they are. Leave it to Tristina. I'm using multiple different tools. I always do when I'm doing these projects. I'll probably use my big squeegee, which here's the size difference. This is small and this is big. This is what you get with most of my bundles and most of my kits, because I order them in bulk and send them with your orders. But this is my big one that came with my kit, and I'm going to use my multi-purpose tool. If you guys have seen any of my lives, I harp on this thing so much. I really, really love the multi-purpose tool. It's my favorite because it gets in like the little details and stuff, and sometimes the bigger squeegees like going into the thing. It's almost as wide as the jar. So I like scooping it out with this and putting it where I need it, and then smoothing it along with my larger flat squeegee. You can get any of this stuff on my site too, guys, just not the surface, because this is a different surface. This is a repurpose. We saved her. I always tell my son when we go to like get things from Goodwill, he's like, why do you always come here? It smells bad and this and that. And I tell him, I said, because we're saving things. We're saving it from not having a home. He probably thinks I'm crazy. That's all right. I'd rather him think I'm crazy and have a good heart than not have a good heart himself. I'm like, oh, my crazy mom. She gave me a good heart. I love that kid. Brightens up my life. Thank you guys for hopping on and joining. Please feel free to comment. Please feel free to hashtag replay, hashtag live, ask me any questions. I try to keep up with the comments. We all know that Facebook likes to read out the comments sometimes. So sometimes I don't see all of your comments till afterwards, but I will always go on after and look through my comments and see what you guys are asking and get you guys your answers. You can always inbox me with any questions you have about products. Any of my done items, some of them I use for my house because we did just move here. So some of this stuff is so that I can decorate my new house. You gotta love it, right? Some of it goes on my Etsy shop and some of it's up for grabs. So if you guys ever see anything that you guys like and you want to purchase, just let me know. Just let me know. Hopefully the music in the background's not too loud. I found like a 90s pop station. It's got a lot of Jane Jackson stuff on it, and I just figured it'd be jazzy to listen to. Some Bobby Brown on it, some Whitney Houston. Alright, so look at that, guys. I got it pretty good covered. I am being a little crazy. I want to go a little bit thicker, and with this older paste, it does dry faster because it's not as moisturized. But like I said, I want that really thick, and I think that the burlap's gonna soak it in, which really doesn't do that, the paste, but I just want it really thick. I'm just trying to make an excuse for myself to be ridiculous, but I just want it thick on there. And I am going back through and kind of scraping it like this because I can save the rest of that paint. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm not made of money, so I'm trying to save that money, honey. You'll always see me scratch it off and put it back in because I want to do as many projects with my paste as possible. The stuff is not really that expensive, and you can get a lot of projects. Like I said, I got my kit in November-ish, like the first week of November, and I'm now in March still doing projects with the same paste that I had from my kit. These are newer ones. I wanted to order the new stuff so that I had it on hand so that I could test it out before demoing it for you guys. I usually don't demo projects, but I do demo products because I'm not gonna send something up to you guys if I don't absolutely love it. So I do demo my products. Ooh, see, it's sticking good. Maybe I should have closed it. All right, I'm just gonna peel it off. Usually you start in the corner and then you kind of work your fingers down to the center because you don't want to stretch that transfer, because we're gonna be using that transfer again, huh? Look at her, she's so pretty. Okay, now it's white here. I'm gonna put it face down, so white side down, into my water bath, so it can begin to like, not really soak because you don't want them soaking in there, but just to get that first layer and not let it get hard on there and dry onto the transfer itself. But that is really cute. I do like how that came out. What do you guys think so far? Pretty, pretty. Okay, you can always add to a surface too. I like to use transfers that are smaller, way smaller than my surface, only because I like embellishments. I like bows, I like flowers, I like feathers, I like beads, I like knobs. The last dream catcher I did, my mom was like, I wasn't quite sure where you were going with those knobs. But then she was like, but by the end of it, I could see that it was, you know, really cute. So I'm glad you did them. But she was like, at first I wasn't too sure about you, girl. Okay, so these pins came on it straight from GW Boutique. So I'm going to use them as accents because they came with it, and I kind of want to honor the, like, I don't know, the natural life of the rescued piece of burlap, but I want to keep the stuff that came with it, except for the clear one. I think that came from my house, and the white one doesn't really have a match to it, and I'm a little bit symmetrical with things, so I am going to take the clear one off, add it to my other clears, Put my white one on top and move those to the side, but I am going to utilize the ones that came with it because I love them. I think they're nice and rustic looking, and that is what I look for. Won't go in. There it goes. Finally. Okay, and for the sake of not arguing with Amanda later, just kidding, Amanda, I'm going to measure it out. So I'm going to make sure it's not measured, but at least even on the board. I'm going to be like, why didn't you fix that knob? She'll be flying to Hawaii from Florida to fix the knob. Oh, it needs to go out more though. She won't get me. Alright, how'd I do? Not too bad. It's not perfect, but it ain't horrible. So we'll stay with it. Okay, and as for my tools, you can just wipe them off and use them on the next project, or you can put them into the water bath as well. Since I didn't make a mess today, yay for me, I'm going to put them in, or I'm just going to wipe them off. I'm actually not going to put them in the water bath. I lied. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so excited for my new order to come in. I have so much stuff to show you guys in the next live. I was kind of hoping it would be here by now, but as you know, everything delivery to Hawaii is always a little bit off with times, as it is. But even more so now that people are still kind of in that COVID mode where they're kind of trying to order online still. So yes, yay for no mess. That's right, Miss Amy, no mess. That's why I love doing this with my son. He's not much of a painter. He doesn't like to color or paint or any of that kind of stuff. He's more of an outdoorsman. So to get him to sit down and do paint, it's not going to happen. I mean, he has painted in his life, obviously. I've done lots of arts and crafts with him, but I have to really talk him into it. And Chalk and Tour is just a little different. I don't have to do that. I don't have to talk him into doing it with me. You know, he'll sit down and do it because it's really no headache. He just does it, walks away from it. He's clean still, you know, he doesn't have a bunch of stuff all over him. Usually I'm the messy one. But he just goes about his business and he likes that. So it's been a really cool thing with the pandemic to have that time with my son in that way. Okay, so I'm not done quite yet. I do have a little bit of this EcoFlow leather weld. I love this stuff. Zach, my husband, ordered it for me when I was making a little bit of jewelry, which I still do. But I was making some jewelry and my husband was like, have you tried this leather glue? I mean, I think it'll really work for some of your projects. And I'm like, okay, well, let's see. And he said to me, well, let me order it for you. So he ordered it. It was only like $1 something a bottle. And this stuff is amazing. Something fell off of Dallas's Halloween costume. And I'm like, okay, it's the day of Halloween. What am I going to do? I have no glue. We just moved here. And he's like, well, what about that leather weld? And I'm like, oh, it's not going to work. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to try. I'm not going to be a Debbie Downer. I'm going to try. I tried, and let me tell you, I couldn't get it off at the end of the night. Like, it was on. So I'm really glad that we found this stuff because I do use it a lot. It dries fairly quickly. And if it doesn't work on what I'm doing today, because I've really never tried it on burlap, so I'm not completely convinced that it'll work. I do have some of the E6000 glue, which I buy these little bottles because they're easier for me to transport around with me than having that big bottle, because one busted open in a bag I had once and everything got thrown away. So I'm going to try that. First thing I'm going to do though is I found these flowers, and they're just like, my husband called them potpourri flowers. They're not potpourri flowers. They do not smell good. They're just regular flowers that are like made to put into flower dishes. Like I did one for you guys so you guys can see. This will sit in the hallway with this picture. This will be on a little desk right underneath it. And it has the same flowers, like this is that flower. There's a rose in it like this one. And then there's a bunch of these little pom-pom things in it. But that's my little flower. And then I'll put some flowers coming out of it, or maybe make a cool chalkboard sign or something like that. We'll figure something for that. But that's what those are really made for, is to go into like vases so that you don't see like the fake flower stems or the real flower stems or whatever. Okay, so I'm going to start with my big one. When I was thinking about the idea for this, I kind of just sat him up here and was like, I'll figure it out the day of the live, which I should never ever do because I'm very indecisive. But we did it, so we're going to go with it. So I don't even know if I'm going to use, sorry, I got the hiccups. I've had them all day. I've been trying to control them this whole live. I don't even know if I should use the pom-poms. I'm like I said, super indecisive. And I don't know if I should use so much sometimes I'm a little over the top. I think that's too much. So let's take away the pom-poms and see where that puts us. And the pom-poms kind of shed too. Like, I don't know what their deal is, but they're falling all over the place. So I'll just pack them up later. So I could just do 2 at the bottom and use this for another project, or I could do 3, which I think 3 looks pretty fancy. I like that. Oh, really? I didn't know you had an 8-year-old. That's awesome. We should do like a Zoom chocolate tour night with the kids or something. That would be so much fun. Yes, he's 8. He just turned 8 in December, so he won't be 9 until next December. He was born the last day of the year. So I tell him, I'm like, Dallas, you get fireworks on your birthday every year because the whole world celebrates how special you are. So he gets all excited. And here in Hawaii, I've never ever seen a firework display. If you have an opportunity, Google like the 4th of July firework display or the New Year's fire display. And if you go stand on the highway is kind of raised above the land in certain spots. If you go there, there's like hundreds of households shooting off fireworks, and it is the most spectacular thing I've ever seen in my life. Besides my cousin giving birth to my niece, I will say it's the most spectacular thing I've seen in a very long time. So you stand there and you can literally turn in 360 degrees and see fireworks of all colors, all shapes and sizes, just boom, 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 boom. I mean, I stood there with my husband, and it was probably one of the most romantic things we've ever done, because we're not very romantic people. We're kind of rough rednecks. So it was just really, it was beautiful. It was breathtaking. You just stood there in silence because it was so overwhelming experience. Next year, I'm going to videotape it. I should have videotaped it this year, but I did not. So she'll be 9 in June. So she's only a little bit older than my little one. That's awesome. We should definitely do a chalk night. I think the kids would love it. He has a video call with one of his friends from back home tomorrow, and he's all excited. So I could just imagine how excited he would be for a chalk party. We could see if some of the other girls in the elites have little ones around the same age, or maybe a little younger or a little older. Maybe we can do it with all of them. It would be so much fun. Okay, so I got 3 on there. I think I'm going to go with that. I think I'm not going to overthink it too much, because I tend to do that. I tend to like overthink my projects, and then, I don't know. It's just better just to do it. Just go with it. Give it to God. Oh, you guys don't mind me. I crack myself up. So I'm just going to put a little on the bottom, on the stem. And I might put like, since I'm going to put it face down, I'll probably put a little bit on these petals here, because I think it will only help it be a little bit more, it'll help strengthen it in the position that I'm going to put it in a little more, because it could hold on to the frame as well. So it'll kind of like brace itself on the edge of the frame. And I'm just going to hold it here for a few minutes. Well, a few seconds. My attention span is not that long. And as soon as it gets a little like tacky, a little bit more sticky, I'll let it go and do the other 2. But I want to make sure it gets a nice firm setup here. And actually, I don't think I had to put any glue on the outside things, because, oh yeah, I guess they are touching. Like, they're not even touching. That's not going to help me any. Woohoo! 1 down and 2 more to go. I really like the dark purple rose, but they set the stem so high. Like, I guess some of the petals have fallen off over time, because I did find it at Goodwill. So, totally possible. It's already been in a few households. So, they're not quite as brand new as they probably once were. But they will work for what I want them to work for, and they will still look beautiful, and they will still have a purpose. And that's awesome, if you ask me. So I'm going to just hold these for a couple seconds. All I did was the same thing on the second one. Put a little bit of glue on the bottom. Oh my goodness. And I know I've had a couple of questions from some of my clients this week about, like, how do I build my own bundle from your site? I can definitely do a video and post it on my business page if you guys want, or if you guys want me to do it in the VIP page, I can do that too. I can definitely do like a little video showing you guys how to shop in my store. I think I've done one before, but I was so new. I think I should redo it, you know, and do it a little bit better. So now that I have a little bit more knowledge about what I'm doing, I can help you guys out a little bit more, but I can show you where to buy that stuff and how to check out and all that good stuff. So I will do that sometime next week. I get a little bit freer from things, and I can set up to do a video for you guys so you guys can see how to purchase. Alright, and the last one, I'm just going to put a little glue. I'm going to probably put a little bit more glue on this one because it doesn't have as many petals as many petals as the other ones. So I'm going to just give it a little bit more glue to give it a little bit more stability. And I might, once I see where it sits, put a little glue on the side to lean it up against the other two flowers. I'm just going to hold the whole set of them for just a couple of seconds, just to give it some time to get adhered to the burlap. I really like how the Mighty came out, super cute. I could have even fit the words on here if I really wanted it to make it a long sign, but I think sometimes the simplicity of things makes it beautiful versus having a lot of stuff going on and having a lot of busyness on your projects. Sometimes making them a little less elaborate makes them more beautiful, if that makes sense. Sometimes I tend to keep adding until I realize, like, oh, wait a minute, that was really pretty when I started it, and then I kept going and I kept adding stuff, and now it just looks busy, now it just looks confusing. So you never want to lose, like, your main idea. Like, the first idea that you had usually is the one that ends up working out the best. I was just getting some of the glue off the bottom because I put it down and then relocated it a little bit further up, and I got some of the glue on the flowers. And see, as you can already tell, it's already starting to get hard. That this leather weld is amazing. It's leather adhesive, honestly, and I use it for a lot of stuff. But it says on there, no, it doesn't. I lied to you. It does not say what it's for. Oh, yes, it does. It says for leather, wood, paper, fabric, and other porous materials. And I'll tell you, that burlap is right on target with porous. Okay, so I did not have to use my other glue, which I think is awesome. I used the original pins, the original boards, the original burlap, the original backing. So basically this project cost me probably about $6 to do. Because I got the surface, well, maybe $7. Because I factor in for the transfer, because some people are like, oh, you never factor in for the transfer. But I do. It's because I use them 8 to 12 times. So I'm hoping to get 12 uses out of this, which makes my cost for using my transfer lower. So I think she's about dry enough to show you guys. I did not use my pom-poms, and you could go in there, put them in this corner, put them on the edges, put them wherever you wanted, but I'm just not going to use those. I'd rather save them for another project to make another project of mine absolutely adorable instead of overcrowding this one that I'm doing today. Just because you have it doesn't mean you should use it. Alright, I'm going to move it to the bigger screen so you guys can see it when I pick it up. Ooh, blue. One of my favorite colors in the whole world. I'm hoping that the flowers don't fall because I don't think they're completely all the way dried. I think I'm rushing it a little. But look at what we have. Not too shabby, huh? Very cute repurposed sign. I will hang that in my probably in my walkway area, and I'll put a little table underneath it. And like I said, I have my little glass jar that I also filled with my flowers and my pom-poms that match the ones that are on the board. I will set it right underneath it with something pretty, maybe some pearls or something coming out of it, and I'll just make my little front entryway a little bit more inviting, a little bit more warm. That is my intention for all of my decor in my house. I want to make my house really comfortable and warm. Thank you, Amanda. It did come out okay. And like I said, I don't demo any of my projects before I come on and do them for you guys. So if there's oopsies or or something wrong with my projects, I just roll with it and I fix it on camera. I don't ever set myself up to be fake on here. I want to do it in real time like you guys will be, because if I'm selling a product, I want it to be something that you guys are going to be able to use at home with ease. I don't want it to be something that's going to frustrate my friends, especially since I have some people that have contacted me and said, well, I'm not very crafty, but I really love the stuff you do. Could you help me? Chocateur really takes all the guesswork out of having to do crafts, because I'm a very indecisive person, and it's some things are hard for me, but honestly Chocateur is super easy. I enjoy doing it, and it's brought me a lot of pleasure in a time where I really needed something on my side because I was, you know, sad, away from my family, away from you guys. So I'm glad that you guys like it. Thank you. I'm actually going to go over, here's Dallas again. He runs in and out. We know this. Okay, so I want to show you guys, because I have had a lot of questions lately about what do I need for an actual bundle at home if I was building my own bundle. Now, next week or so, depending on when my order comes in from Chocateur, I will be selling some bundles. But if you're wanting to go on my site and build your own bundles, here's how you would do it. So basically, you only need 4 items to do a whole bundle. So you need a squeegee, you need your paste or your ink, depending on what you're doing. You need a surface, and you need a silkscreen transfer. Our silkscreen transfers are amazing because they do a whole plethora of things. They do ink projects, which would be t-shirts, towels, pillowcases, onesies for babies, all kinds of cool different things. And that is heat set, so you would do it for 4 minutes on each side on probably the cotton setting, or if you're going to do a heat press, I think it's 15 or 30 seconds on 350. And when I get my big t-shirt press, I will show you guys how to do it on there for those of you guys who do have a press, because I know that there are some people in my group that do. So I will be doing that and demoing that for you too as well. And a surface can be wood, it can be burlap, it can be almost anything, guys. You can chalk on almost anything. So you could do ink, which is your fabrics. You could do chalk, which is your hard surfaces. And then you can also do glass etching, which I was totally blown away when Candy Hess did her glass etching video. I was like, I cannot believe that it doesn't hurt the transfers, and it sure doesn't. You can still use them the 8 to 12 times or more, depending on how you take care of it, with the glass etching, which I think that it's amazing. So I'm going to be doing some glass etching projects too. I just have to plan them out and get them ready for you guys. But those are coming soon. And then our project sizes, I always like to tell people about our project sizes, because people think I do a lot of the smaller stuff because I'm in Hawaii and I have to pack and ship. So, but there are sizes all the way up to 18 to 24, 18 by 24 inches. And those are our E size transfers. So we have A, B, C, D, and E transfer sizes. So just imagine what you could do with that area of sizes and work. You can almost do anything, honestly. And then I have some really cool little pictures of our paste jars, our paste singles, some of our surfaces, and some of our transfers from the new launch for you guys to just look at. But this is pretty much what you build. This is for your project if you want to do your own DIY project. One thing I do encourage is, like, when you're starting out new, make it fun for yourself. Order a bundle for yourself and order a bundle for your friend, and invite them over, have a glass of wine, hang out, watch movies, do a little Chocateur, have something for her to take home that matches something for your house. You know, have it do a best friend's night, or a mother-daughter night, or a sister's night. This stuff is really inviting, and it's really easy to do, and you really feel accomplished when you do something pretty. I've made like 5 or 6 different things for my own house now that I actually set out and plan out for my house, but I did demos, like the dream catchers in my room. When I walk by my dream catcher, I cannot tell you how light it makes my heart. It makes me so happy to know that I did something so beautiful, because sometimes when you sit and try to plan out something that doesn't turn out, you feel yucky. But with Chocateur, I just haven't had that. I haven't had a project that I've done yet that I wasn't like almost absolutely in love with. There's been a couple where I was like, oh, I got a boo-boo here, boo-boo there, but it's so easy to fix that it's really not even a boo-boo. It's just a momentarily bad idea, I guess. And then you fix it and you move on, and it works out perfectly. So I do like how this turned out. Thank you guys for joining me. I do have some bundles for sale. Like I said, next week I'll get some flyers and stuff out to you guys. Until then, if you want to build your own bundles and explore the whole world of Chocateur, you can do it from my site, which is below. I hope you guys have enjoyed your time with me. I should be back on Wednesday, and if I have my bundles then I'll show you guys those. If I don't, then I'll be back on Friday. So that's going to be like my schedule from now on. I'm going to do Wednesdays and Fridays so that everyone can start getting used to a routine of seeing me on, so you guys can hop on and show me some love, because I appreciate it. It does good for my soul to know that I have so many people in my corner. Thank you guys. I love you guys, and I really hope you guys have a great weekend. Happy Friday to everyone back home in Florida. I miss you guys like crazy. And I'd also like to give a huge shout out to Anthony and Taylor. They had their second child today. Her name is Toby Baker, and she's so beautiful, and she's the cutest little redhead ever. I can't wait. She looks just like Daddy. And we're just so excited as a family to have her. So congratulations, you guys. I love you. Congratulations, Terry and Martin. Congratulations, Tara and JJ, on the new arrival. And I hope you guys' weekend is filled with love and laughter. We love you very much. Bye, Amanda. Bye, Mom. Bye, Amy. Bye, everybody who joined in. Bye, guys.